All right, this video, I've had a lot of people, 18 and younger, ask me, like, what's some good advice for me? What could you tell me to start doing while I'm so young, while I'm 18, blah, blah, blah. So I thought I'd make a video on this. And I don't really regret anything I've ever done. I don't regret anything that I did when I was 18. I'm glad I took the steps I did. I'm glad that I started so young. So I guess, if it was me at 18, I would do the same things I did, which the most important thing was start saving up as much money as you can. So I put back a ton of money because I knew eventually I wanted to invest, and it takes money to invest in some cases, especially in like residential real estate. So put back as much money as you can. If you're 18, I recommend the best way to make money. This is what I did. I went out there and got a factory job. Factory jobs, it's high pay most of the time, depending on where you go. And there's a ton of opportunity for overtime. So I was 18 years old making like $20 an hour on overtime, which that's great. Some adults don't even make that much an hour at their job. So at an 18-year-old kid making $20 an hour, on overtime, that's great. I hustled. I would sign up for overtime. Like a lot of times they would mandate us and be like, hey, Hannah, you're working overtime on Monday and Thursday. And I would literally sign up for like Tuesday and Friday and slap that on there because it's more money. And my goal wasn't to have the evenings off or an extra few hours a weekend or whatever. I was specifically at this job to rack up cash. Like, don't lose focus on your mission, what you're doing. I was at this job to rack in that cash. And so that's why I signed up. Also, you need to build your credit. So when you turn 18, what I did is I went to the bank down here and I said, hey, I want to build my credit. Can you just get me in some kind of little loan to build it back to, auto pay it every month? I'm not going to touch any of the money. I'm not going to do anything with it. And most credit unions, banks do have something like this. So go say, hey, I want to build my credit. What do you recommend I do? And they'll give you some options. So what I did is I took out a little $1,000 loan, and it just automatically paid that back. I think it was maybe $100 a month for 10 months, something like that. All I did was take that $1,000, sit it in an account over here, and just let it withdraw itself. I didn't use the $1,000 for nothing, not a thing. I just let it pay itself back. Once I did that, it helped me so much because that little thing to get me started helped me get a credit card. So then I got a Discover card a few months later after that loan had been paid off. That helped me get that. And then that Discover card, I had it for like a year, and then I increased my line of credit from like $1,000 to $4,000, and that helped my credit. So but however, at the same time, it's easy to get in debt once you start getting all the like credit cards and stuff like that. So make sure that you always have the money in your bank account. Like I would charge $200 to my credit card, but I always had that money sitting in the bank, and I would pay it off right then. A lot of people can get in trouble with credit cards, so you don't want to get into credit card debt, and you definitely don't want to extend your credit line. But it is a great way to build your credit, and my credit score was very close to hitting 800 at the time. Like, I built it up so good, and even now on my credit cards and stuff, on my FICO credit scores, you can see like everything's in the green. The only thing that's in the yellow is it says age of accounts is low, and I'm 22 right now, and I've had that credit card since I was 18. So whenever it's saying I've had it for 4 years and the age of accounts is low, like, that's pretty brutal to say that, because I've had it since I was 18, but I couldn't get one before I was 18. So 4 years and it's still in the yellow. Start now. Don't wait till you're 22 to get a credit card, because then it's going to take you to 28 or whatever to get that in the green. So luckily I did start when I was 18, and that orange or that yellow section doesn't throw me off too bad. Let's see. Another thing is a lot of people, they have no idea what direction they want to go in. Especially me. I mean, I knew I wanted to be rich, and but I didn't know what direction I wanted to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life specifically, and this was kind of before I was 18, I guess. But it's just like, ask yourself this: what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? There was some little girl that messaged me on Instagram today, and she was like, my dad wants me to go into real estate, but my mom wants me to go to college. Which one should I do? And I was like, do you even want to do either of those things? I was like, maybe you hate real estate and you don't want to go to college. Like, maybe you want to create your own makeup brand that explodes or something. I don't know. Maybe you want to create your own brand of softball. Who knows? Like, do what you want to do. Ask yourself, hey, what would I really want to do if there were no limits to what I could do? And go do it, because there are no limits to what you want to do. So ask yourself that, and do not fall into the trap of trying to please other people and trying to go out there and do what other people want you to do, because you will fail at it every time and be absolutely miserable. So it's crazy how much money started flowing to me whenever I just started doing what I loved. And I always thought, like, it's so cliche, because you always hear people say, go do what you love. If you're not happy, you're not successful, all this stuff. But it really is true, because, you may be a knitter or something. And it's like, how am I ever going to get rich being a knitter or whatever? But if you have that passion for that, you'll find a way. Like, there will be a way made for you. I would have never thought I'd be where I am now by just following my dreams. And now I'm so thankful. I'm teaching other people to do what I do. Like, all this right here, these are course sales that I've made in like the past hour. Every single one of these are sales from courses. So, what I'm doing is I stumbled into it. What I'm doing is what I love, and I'm teaching other people how to do what I've done. So I had no idea when I first went and bought that first car wash that it was going to turn into something bigger. I was just stoked to have the car wash. I was like, holy crap, I own a car wash. I'm making passive income now. But now I'm helping people and I'm still making money off of it. So that's just like, you never know where something can take you. It's insane. There's no limits to what you can do. The last but not least piece of information I have is to stop caring what people think about you. Do not be 82 years old on your deathbed regretting not having gone start that business, not having gone and gotten into real estate, not having gone take that risk of whatever it was you wanted to do with your life. Just because you were scared of what your friends and family were going to think of you if you did it, who cares? They can't kill you, So go out there, take a risk, and live with no regrets. Regret scares me to death. Like, I don't want any regrets. I don't have any regrets, and I don't want any regrets. So that's why I keep going out here. I do what I want. I take risks, and I jump in everything I do head first with no safety net. Like, it's crazy. So do that. I hope that helps all you 18-year-olds out there, and also all of you that are younger than 18. You guys can learn a lot from this too. But, keep stacking your money. Get your credit built up, stop trying to people please people, and stop caring what people think about you. Click the link down below. I've got a course on passive income. It's fairly new. I'm having a ton of great positive feedback from it. And then I've got more videos on here. I've got videos on real estate, drop shipping coming up, all kinds of good stuff. So stay tuned for a lot of exciting things, and thanks so much for the support.